talk about.
It's quite poor. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Ian and we are a music and art channel that covers anything to do with the arts. And this is a video in a series about how to start a record label. All of the previous episodes are in the description section down below. And if this is the first time that you've been here, I recommend starting at number 1 and working your way through them. I hope everyone is well and staying safe in this weird world that we now find ourselves in. So this video is number 26 in the series, and this is about paying royalties, which really should have been video 28, but I've had quite a few questions and some of them refer directly to the issues of payment of royalties. So I've leapfrogged the promotion and merchandising videos, and we'll have a look at them in the future. So I think of this as also a bit of a quick Q&A. So I'm going to deal with the non-royalty questions first, and then we'll get into the bones of the video. So the first question came from Paolo, and he said, "Hi Ian, thanks for these great videos. Is it possible or recommended for an artist stroke band to have more than one publisher? Is that possible?" Well, Paolo, it depends on the deal that you sign, really. I've only ever signed what's called a non-exclusive deal, where the publisher will try and place songs or compositions maybe for a film or a TV show, something like that, and if they do manage to place it, it's a 50-50 split. That's pretty normal on the revenue side. But I still have rights to do what I want with those songs. I have had non-exclusive publishing deals where I've had two publishers at one time both trying to place the same songs. The problem with an exclusive deal, that ties you to that publisher for the length of a contract. And you know, I'm not saying never sign those sort of contracts, but if it was me, I would want a large upfront royalty advance to sign one of those deals, because I can't use that music anywhere else once I've signed that deal, and I would certainly get a music business lawyer to make sure that everything was okay before signing. The next question might be a joke, and it came from Aaron, and he said, "Is it possible for an independent record label to become a major record label if it makes loads of money?" Well, in my experience, independent record companies don't make lots of money unless they happen to find the next big artist, which is highly unlikely. There are only 3 major record labels, which are Sony Music, Universal Music Group, which includes EMI, and the Warner Music Group, all of which, in my opinion, do nothing to help the struggling artists. And they may as well be selling tins of baked beans, because it's all about profit, profit, profit. And it is much more likely that a small independent label with a great stable of artists would get bought up by one of the big boys, and then the owner of said independent label can retire to a beach somewhere. And now on to the paying of royalties questions. These questions came from Theobald, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name right, via an email, and I think he's French, but he is based in London. So his email said, "Dear Ian, I hope you're well during these challenging times," and thank you, Theobald. I am writing you about your series of YouTube videos, How to Start a Record Label. I have been looking at for information online and found this more confusing than helpful. I completely agree with you. Your video series helped me a lot to understand a lot of the aspects, but I still have a couple of questions. And I would be very grateful if you'd help me or give me any contacts that might help me. I plan to operate my label as a sole trader. My first project is a recording with my former cello teacher. The work we will be recording is registered with SECAM, which is the French equivalent to PPL or MCPS. So to me it sounds like this comes under the cover version bracket. So 1. Do you know if I will need an AP2 license if I want to sell the album on my personal website? Brackets downloadable content. So I've looked this up and I found a really useful article from the Academy of Contemporary Music, and they cover sampling, remixing, recording cover versions. I've linked to the article in the description down below, and they say that, and here we are in quotes, covers are re-recorded versions of a song, we know that, replacing the original vocals and instrumentation with your own version. Under copyright law, cover versions cannot change the underlying melody or arrangement. So in the UK, you won't need any license to release a cover version, although you will require a mechanical license for sales in North America. Now, Theobald also mentioned about the A1 and A2 licensing. So regarding the A1 and A2 licensing, that's about mechanical royalties for CDs and vinyl. To be fair, I don't get involved with the sales of CDs and vinyl records, so it's not an issue for Sinners Music. But there is a really good page on the PRS website, again, which I've linked down below. So it's not really my area of expertise. But have a look at that, and that hopefully will help. Question 2. Do you know if any license is required to release the album via Emu Band Stroke, CD Baby, etc.? If yes, which license do I need to buy? Because I only release original music, then we don't need any licenses. And we don't release CDs or vinyl, so again, don't need those licenses. I can't speak about CD Baby because I've never used them, although I do know that CD Baby have got a publishing arm, and if you're going to use that online platform, check with them about their publishing side. Question 3. How do I pay royalties to the artists who are playing on the album? In other words, how do I split sales income between artists, publishers and myself? As I've said, I don't get involved in mechanicals, so I can't comment on that. But the way I split the digital sales royalties is to collect the sales revenue on behalf of the artist. I take off my percentage for basically managing that part of it and pay the rest to the artist. If it's a band, then I send it to one of the band members and then get them to split the percentages between themselves. I can send a check, or a backs transfer is the usual way that I tend to do it. I don't need to worry about the publishing because I advise all artists to join PRS PPL and register their songs with both agencies. In the early days I did used to do this for artists, but it's such a pain that I only really do it for myself now. But what I do give them, I give them IRSC codes so that they can collect their royalties. And there's a whole video on IRSC codes if you want to have a check on that. It's in the links down below. Question 4. Do I need to pay royalties to the publisher and composer who own the copyright of the music? Should I go through a UK organisation or directly to a French organisation? The publishing royalties should be collected by PRS for the composer in the UK. Don't know about the French organisations, although it's probably something similar. And as your company, or in this case you're going to be a sole trader, it's going to be based in the UK, my feelings are that you should be dealing with the UK performing rights organisations. But that is just my opinion. And I must stress that I am not an expert in any of this stuff. This stuff is complicated. So again, my advice would be, if you've got any real issues, get some professional advice if you need it. There will be some more record label videos coming soon on advertising, promotion and merchandising, but this will be as soon as I get a chance to do them. As I've said before, I'm having to fit these videos around other content that I'm making. So I hope you found this video useful, and if you like what I do, hit the subscribe button. You can also join my Patreon page, which is to help fund this channel, where there are lots of other goodies that you can get your hands on, and that only starts for £1 a month. So thanks so much for watching, and and if you've got any questions, pop them in the comments down below and I'll do my best to answer them, and I'll see you in the next video. So thanks very much. Bye bye.